Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, I've not filmed a sit down video in the longest time. I think it's been about 12 months, maybe a little bit longer. I can't believe that it's nearly been a whole year since my Disney journey began. It's crazy. And since then I've actually been back on another holiday, another little 2-week holiday. I went in March. So if you've not seen that vlog, make sure you go and check it out because Lucy and I went and that was so much fun. Anyway, I thought that I would sit down and film this video because guys, I've been so blessed by all of you. I have received so many DMs from you guys, not only sharing your enjoyment from these videos, but also saying that you guys have found my videos really helpful in showing like what the CEP can be like and just taking you along on my journey. And because of the overwhelming response I've received, I decided that I would sit down and film a video for you guys, just doing like a generic Q&A, explaining things that you guys might be concerned about or like questions that I seem to be getting quite a lot, and so I can just film it in one video. This video is not designed to scare you. If you're doing a program coming up this summer or you're thinking of doing a program in whenever, this video is not designed to terrify you and make you freak out. I am just putting all this information together just to help you out. If you're feeling a bit anxious because you don't know what to expect or you've just got a few little niggly things that you want to know, I'm making this video to try and help you guys. I understand that I am going to be bombarding you with information, but you will learn as you're out there and you might not even need this video at all. I think the group chats that happen before the program, it can seem like a lot of people know what's going on and you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all of that. I certainly did. But please don't worry. At the end of the day, everybody's in the same boat. Like, even if you've done a program before, it's never the same 2 years running. You will figure it out when you're there and you will learn as you go. But if there are a few little things that you feel like you want to know, hopefully this video is going to be more helpful than stressful. But I do hope you enjoy this video. If you do find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Just shows me that I said the right things. And if there's things that I haven't covered, because there's always going to be more, then please just drop me a message either in the comments or on Insta DM. My username is @Immie and I'm more than happy to help you guys out. Anyway, let's get onto the video. I'm also filming this on like the hottest day of the year so far. It's absolutely boiling. So if I start going all shiny and sweaty, apologies. These questions aren't in any order. They're just what I've received from you guys online. I did put out a little Q&A box on my Instagram story a couple of weeks ago, and it's also questions that I've been receiving from you guys in previous weeks as well. And also just things that me and my friends feel like, who did the program, what me and my friends feel like might be useful for you guys to know. So I'm just gonna run through them in the order that I've got them on my iPad. Does that sound okay? Let's do it. Okay, cool. So the first one I have had a lot of questions about is, how am I getting paid? How does the pay card work? Obviously, for us British people, this isn't the same for if you're an American candidate, because obviously your banking system works differently to ours, but you will not be paid into your UK bank account. So when you're working for Disney, that money that you earn is not going to go into your Santander account or your NatWest account or Nationwide. It's not going to go in there. Instead, you will be given, I'm going to like cover it up. You are given a literal physical card that looks like this, okay? And so when you get paid weekly, which is really exciting. You get paid on a Thursday, or at least that's what it was for me. That money will go straight onto that card. There is an app where you can see how much money you have got on your card. But yes, you will be given a pay card within your first week of being out there. And when you get paid, that's what you can use this card for. You can add this card to your Apple Pay, so you don't have to take it out and about with you. You can add it to your phone. That's what I did. It's obvious to some people, but not to everybody. Americans don't have bank transfer. So annoying. So when you're out there, if you've got British friends and they've got British bank accounts, you can carry on transferring just the same as you when you're at home. You can transfer UK bank account to UK bank account. That is absolutely fine. But if you are wanting to take money off this American pay card, so, your work card, and you want to put that into your Santander account, say, then you're not going to be able to do that by just going onto the app that this is linked to and sending it to your bank account. Instead, you have to get a third-party app called Wise, or at least that's the one that we used. Wise basically does the currency conversion into British pounds and then puts it into your bank account. So you essentially take the money from this American card, you put it into Wise, it converts from dollars into pounds, and then you can send it from Wise into your UK bank account. So that's how you're able to get the money off your bank card. Not everybody did that. Some people were more than happy with just keeping their card as it is, you know, and just paying for stuff on that. But personally, I like all my money to be in one place, or else I'm just a bit like, everything's all over the shop. So I transferred it over to, I had a Starling bank account when I was out there, that I created before I went out there, because I got a really low exchange fee. My Santander one was higher. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Get something like Revolut or Starling for when you're out there, because the exchange fee is a lot lower than it is, or it doesn't even exist actually. I don't think it even exists. But yeah, when you pay with something like Santander, at least for me, the exchange fee, every time you made a purchase in dollars, when it converts it to pounds, massive exchange fee. Can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was saying I like all my money to be in one place. So I did use the Wise app. Every time I got paid, I took the money off my American card and put it into Wise and then into my UK Starling account. And so I just kept all my money together there. One last thing I will add is you don't have to worry about your rent. So up front, before you do your program, you will have already paid, I think it's, don't quote me on this, it's definitely the first week, and I'm pretty sure it's the second week as well, of rent. Like, you've already paid that before you fly out to America. You only start paying rent after your third week, because that's when you've already done a week of work. Your rent money gets deducted from your paycheck automatically, so you never even see that money. The money that comes onto your pay card, that is yours. You've not got to worry about transferring rent or anything like that. The money that comes in is your money, and you can spend that how you want. Within reason, be careful, you're out there for a while. Next question was, where did I do my food shop? So again, some people did it differently. They got an Uber to Walmart. Walmart is considerably cheaper than Target. However, for convenience purposes, I just always went to Target. There are CAST buses, which I will come on to in a moment, but there is a CAST bus that does go to Target, the local Target. And just for convenience purposes, that's what I did. That's where I got all like my things before I moved in. So, which again, I will come on to in a moment, but like bedding and all that. And obviously do my weekly food shop. I went to Target. You can obviously imagine that you're going to buy a lot of stuff, and with not having a car out there, there is a lot of stuff that you're going to be carrying to and from Target to the bus to your apartment. Thankfully, and I will insert a little image just here, but you can get these little pink wagons and you can hire them from the community centre at Flamingo Crossings. So that's really useful. I recommend everybody does that, because when you're in a supermarket, you always buy more than you're expecting to. So take a wagon just in case. This next question was it difficult to pick up extra shifts, and how does it work? So for a lot of the job roles, I think folks that are going out in the summer, you guys are doing more roles than what we got to do in our program in 2023. So that's so exciting. Or at least there's more locations. When you are trained, particularly for merchandise, unfortunately for things like attractions, I don't know how it works, because you're trained to your specific ride, and obviously each ride has different safety measures, different evacuation points, like a little bit more complicated with attractions. But certainly for things like merchandise, I would imagine custodial, lifeguarding maybe? I don't know. Surely saving a life is saving a life, right? Like, be vigilant at all times. I don't know. I think you can pick up lifeguarding. Certainly for merchandise, once you're trained on like the basics, then provided that you have got the correct training, you can go and work anywhere in Walt Disney World, which is so exciting. If you work in one of the resorts, like if that is your home location, you're really lucky, because you're trained on things like alcohol sales, tobacco sales, and food sales. So once you're trained in like, you know, a resort, thankfully that opens up pretty much anywhere, because you've got like all the training. Bit different if your home location in merch is on an actual park, because you don't necessarily get trained in things like alcohol, tobacco, food. So you might require a bit of extra training if you want to work in a resort. But you know, you can pick that up. You can go on, I think it's called like D-Learn or something. You'll find out when you guys are there. But that's like the big network that cast members use to do like all the training. So you can pick up some extra training and then you'd be able to work in a resort. It's really easy. So basically when you're out there, I've just realised how long this video is actually going to be. Sorry. So how to shift swap. So let's say you wanted to swap a shift, or you'd got a day off and you wanted to work that day, so you wanted to pick up a shift. Basically, you will be on various Facebook groups. Again, they will all be introduced to you when you get there. And on these Facebook groups, cast members will be posting continuously saying, giving away this shift or wanting to trade this shift. You basically will contact them, send them a message on Facebook Messenger, for example, and be like, hey, seeing that you're wanting to trade this shift, or you're giving away this shift and I want to pick it up. You will exchange something called your PERNA number, and that's basically your Disney ID. It is written on your blue ID. I'm gonna hide my name. Oh, I can't really show you my PERNA number. It's a bit stupid, but it's written on your blue ID, and you will exchange PERNA numbers, and you will go onto the special website where you can do the shift swap, and one of you will put in that you want to trade this shift, and the system will do it automatically, and you are given that shift. Thankfully, you don't, or at least for me, they made like a bit of a new rule whilst I was out there. Hopefully it still stands for you guys, but you don't have to go through a manager to be able to trade shifts, even if it's not in your location. You know, so for example, if I wanted to pick up a shift in Magic Kingdom, I don't have to speak to my leaders or anything like that. I can just do it on the system and it will do it. If you haven't got the correct training to be able to pick up this new shift in this other location, then the system won't allow that shift swap to go through. So if you aren't sure if you've got the required training for a different location, just try it, because then if you haven't got the right training, the system will block it anyway, and you know, the shift swap won't go through. Your schedule will drop on a midnight on, so Sunday going into Monday, it will drop at midnight. At least, again, that's what it was like for me. A lot of people were scared to pick up in new locations, which is completely understandable, because once you get familiar with where you've got to go backstage and where you clock in and you've got your costume ready, like, it's daunting thinking about going to a new location where you don't know where you've got to clock in, you don't know where the bus drops you off, you haven't got the right costume. That's overwhelming, and I do get that. My advice would be is, don't let that stop you. Please, for goodness sake, don't let that stop you. Most people have had to go through, I don't know where I'm going. The cast members at Disney are so lovely that you could ask anybody and they're going to point you in the right direction. If I picked up in a location, if I could, I would try and go there the day before or a couple of days before and speak to the cast members who are on shift and just be like, hey, picking up here in a few days' time, could you just tell me where I need to go? And they did. So when I worked in the Polynesian, I went there the day before, spoke to the cast member, and he was really lovely. You know, he was like, oh, so you're going to clock in just around here, and the bus is going to drop you off here, and you will come through these doors. Just make sure that you get your costume in advance, because you obviously, each new location you work, and it means a new costume you've got to pick up. Also, I would just like to add is that you can give away shifts. So if you decide, actually, I don't want to work this day, that's absolutely fine. Find somebody that's wanting to pick up a shift, you can give that away to them. So again, exchange PERNA numbers. You just can't give away or be off for more than 10 days in a row. I think it's 10. Next question, best ways to get to Universal and to the Disney parks. So, as I said earlier, there are cast buses. These cast buses run everywhere around Walt Disney World, whether that be to the resorts, the parks, Disney Springs, the water parks. They just run absolutely everywhere, and they also run to different points absolutely everywhere as well. There will be like multiple places on these different bus routes. Oh, yeah, Target, that's another one, run to Target. There's an app when you get out there, Flamingo Crossings is going to tell you all about that, and you'll be able to see which stop works best for you. So yeah, getting to the Disney parks, really easy, free cast bus, doesn't matter if you're not on shift, you know, you can still get on these cast buses and you're going to share it with people who are on shift. If I was doing a day at Magic Kingdom, just as a guest, then I would be able to get on and off the same bus that the people who were working at Magic Kingdom could. So it's really easy. You've not got to worry about transport. If you're going to somewhere like Universal or Univ, as we started calling it, you would need to get an Uber. You can get public transport if you want to. I just wouldn't recommend it, because I think if you got a bus, it's like 2 buses and it would take an hour and a half, whereas the Ubers were, when you split it all between you, so cheap. If you want to go to Cowboys, the holy ground, then yeah, Uber to there as well. If you were to go to like downtown Orlando, Uber. We basically relied on Uber if it wasn't like on Disney property. That leads me very nicely into, can you party whilst you're on the Disney program? The answer is yes. And we did a lot. Obviously, you are out there as a cast member, you are out there to work, but it also doesn't mean that you can't have fun. You will have seen on my vlogs and my Instagram highlights that we went to, in particular, there's a bar called Cowboys, and it is quite literally a country bar. It's massive, full of cowboys. I'm not even joking. And we went there, spent a lot of nights there. Sometimes we were there 3 nights on the run. And yeah, we partied. We partied a lot, and that's okay. Just obviously be safe, and where you can, be sensible. You know, you've got to get back home safely, and also when you get back to Flamingo Crossings, you are back surrounded by, you know, security and other cast members, and they live there too. So just be conscious about, like, you know, if you are coming back from a night out and you maybe have had a little bit too much to drink, just mind that, you know, you are going back to a place where there's other people living, and they might not necessarily want to see you if you've had too much alcohol. Drink and have fun, or if you don't want to drink, don't drink, but have fun, but just be considerate of the other people around you as well, I think is what I'd say. You can also obviously buy your own alcohol and drink that at Flamingo, but just remember that the legal drinking age in America is 21, unlike the UK, which is obviously 18. And if you are found to be giving alcohol to under 21s, then there will be serious consequences. So just don't do it. Just avoid it. Like, if you're not going to be 21 when you're out there, you're still going to have a great time, but don't risk jeopardizing your program just for one drink. A quick question was, can you order food or online shop whilst you're living at Flamingo? The answer is yes. I ordered quite a bit of clothes, quite a bit of food. I didn't really order food, but I did order lots of clothes whilst I was out there, and you just put in your apartment and like your apartment details, and then you get, there's like lockers, there's like a locker room, sorry I've got hair on my nose, and you can go pick your whatever you've ordered up from these lockers. So yeah, you can carry on online shopping as normal. Things like pretty much a lot of the brands that we've got in the UK, they have over there, so there's no issue with that. And food as well, yes, you can order food and you can just pick that up from the taxi drop-off pickup point when the Uber Eats guy or whoever comes. Everything I'm saying, by the way, is the same for East and West. I lived at East, but there is like, you can do the same living at West as well. West is like a 5-minute bus ride away, maybe not even that, maybe like 3-minute bus ride away, or like a 10-minute walk if you're curious as to how far away the two are. All the buses go between East and West, so no issue there. This was quite a big one actually that I was asked, should I link with a roommate before I go? If you know somebody that is doing this program with you, then I'm going to say yes, link with them, because then you already know the person, you've got that safety blanket, and it's just going to make your anxiety at hopefully a lower point because you know who you're going to be sharing a room with. I can't stress this enough, if you're an applicant, if you're someone who's not applied yet, sorry, there isn't that many rooms where you are going to be on your own in a room. Most of the apartments at Flamingo are shared room, shared bathroom. There are very few either your own bedroom, own bathroom, or own bedroom, shared bathroom. There's very few of those. They are prioritised for people with medical needs or people who are doing a longer program. So unless Flamingo deem it that it's absolutely necessary for you to have one of those rooms, have it in your mind that you're going to be sharing a room and a bathroom with somebody. So that's why I'm saying, if you know somebody, then link with them beforehand, because it's highly likely, first of all, not guaranteed, but highly likely that you will share with them, and it just makes you sharing with somebody you know. But that being said, I didn't link with anybody before I went. Like, I just went in and knew that I was having a shared bedroom, shared bathroom, and was paired up with my roommate, and it was absolutely fine, you know, like we got on. We weren't in the same friendship group, but that was okay. She got her friends, I'd got mine, but we got on, we shared a space, and you know, we would talk, we would have a laugh, but we just like didn't hang out socially beyond having to share that space. But to be honest, a lot of the time she would be on an earlier shift, so by the time I woke up she'd already be gone, and then, you know, when she'd come home from work, she'd have the apartment to herself, because, well, the room to herself, because I would be at work. So we were on opposite shifts, which was quite nice, because then we both got time to have the room like individually. Obviously there were some days where we were both off and that was fine, you just make it work. But I was quite often with my group of friends, to be honest. So you're gonna make your friendship group, whether that be with people from who you work with or just friends you make on the program, which is what I did. They're who I spent the majority of my social time with. If that is a big worry for you, sharing a room with a stranger, and what I've said hasn't brought you any comfort, then maybe this program isn't going to be for you, because obviously you can't hide around the fact that you are going to be living with a stranger and they can be from anywhere in the world. They're not necessarily going to be on the UK program like you. They could be American. My roommate was Puerto Rican, but obviously Disney has a requirement that you have to be fluent in English. So they're going to be able to speak to you, but you know, just remember that it could be absolutely anybody. I personally was okay with that, and like I said, it didn't take anything away from my program. Like, it was absolutely fine. So if I can show you that it's okay, then I promise you it is. Don't worry if you've not linked, you're still gonna have a great time, and they could end up being your best friend, or if they're not, then you're still gonna have a great time because you're gonna meet so many other people. So there you go. Free tickets and how do I enter the parks? So my cat has just come upstairs. How exciting. To enter the parks, you won't be able to enter the parks using your free tickets until like a week after being an official cast member. You get unlimited tickets for yourself to enter these parks. You do, I think, still have to make a park reservation. We did anyway. I don't know what it's like now. But to enter the parks, you have to take your blue ID with you, that's your identification that you're a cast member. That's what you used to clock in, and like that's your everything. Keep your blue ID on you at all times. But you also need your self-admission pass, which, oh, I've not got it on me right now, but it's like another little card thing. And yeah, you'll be able to add that to your My Disney Experience app and use that as your ticket essentially. So yeah, you need your blue ID and your self-admission pass to enter the parks. You can go as many times as you want. You do also get something called Chip and Dale tickets, which are, after you've worked a certain amount of hours, you acquire however many tickets. It's not a lot. I think in my entire program I got about 4, maybe 5 Chippendales. This also has to be whilst you're still an active cast member. So you couldn't use them after your program finishes. You couldn't use them a year later and just keep hold of them. It doesn't work like that. It's only whilst you've got your active blue ID that you can use those Chippendale tickets. So just keep that in mind. If you're planning on having a holiday after the program, you will not be able to still use your Chippendale tickets or your self-admission pass. That's only whilst you're active cast member. Nearly at the end now. I know this has been a long video, but I hope it's been helpful. Traditions and like what to wear. I will put it in a very quick screen. Oh my days, can't talk. Very quick screenshot of what I wore to tradition. So I wore a long dress from Hollister with a little white t-shirt underneath, just so that I could keep my shoulders covered, because that is required for the Disney look. I would say don't stress about it as much as you think you need to stress about it. The rules have definitely relaxed a lot from previous years. Dress smart casual, maybe a bit more than smart casual. It does say business casual, but you don't need to do business casual, in my opinion. Just dress nicely, dress presentably, take a bit of pride in what you're doing. This is the biggest moment of your life. You're becoming a cast member, so enjoy it. So boys, wear like a nice little, either a polo shirt or just like a nice cotton shirt. It doesn't need to be a shirt, and some nice like chinos and some nice shoes. You're gonna be absolutely fine. Girls, if you're wearing dresses, just make sure that they're long. Actually, I say that, they don't even need to be that long. Like, they used to say you can't have your knees out, but lots of my friends did wear dresses and their knees were visible. If you are wanting to play it safe, just bring like a cardigan or something. If like you do have like a strappy top, or if it's got a bit of an open back, just bring a cardigan just in case. And then I'm sure they'll say if you want to take your cardigans off, you can do. But you are in an air-conned room and it is quite cold in there. So I brought a cardigan anyway, just because it was a little bit cold in like the learning room that you're in. And yeah, if that helps. Another quick one is, will I miss my graduation if I do this program? The answer is yes. If you've got a summer graduation, then yes, unfortunately you will miss your graduation, but you could do what I did. So I should have been graduating whilst I was in Florida, but I deferred my ceremony until the December, and it just meant that I got to have the best of both. I got to go to Disney and then graduate in the December when I got back. Obviously it does mean I wasn't with all my friends, which is a downside, but it's still got to celebrate me achieving my degree, and you get the best of both. So have a speak to your uni, see what they can sort out for you, but most unis are able to accommodate that. So yeah, have a word with them. The last question that I'm going to answer from my lovely long list. I'm sorry this video has been so long, but again, I hope it's been useful, not stressful, because it really doesn't need to be. This is just if you're nosy, and if you're thinking of applying to do the programme, you know, might be a bit helpful to just hear a bit more about the ins and outs of what's going on. But that is Flamingo, just Flamingo. And like, what does it have? What do you need? Basically, it's got everything in terms of like things to make it fun whilst you're there. So it's got, obviously there's East Campus and West Campus. Both have got 2 pools. So there's 2 pools at East, 2 pools at West. There's a gym, there's computers and printers, there's classrooms, there's vending machines, there's hot drink stands, there's the community centre, which is what me and my friends enjoyed the most. It's got like big huge TV screen and like sofas and bean bags. It's in like a public space, but then you can request Disney films and have a massive movie night with your friends. So yeah, that's really fun. And these Disney films are playing 24 hours. You know, you could be watching it at 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon. You know, you can go in and watch these films whenever you want. It's like a massive cinema screen. There's outdoor activities for you to do. I don't know if I said there's study rooms, but if you've still got to study whilst you're out there, then there's like quiet rooms that you can study in. It's worth mentioning that there isn't a canteen or like an on-site shop. So any food bits that you do need, you are going to have to go to the supermarket. There's a fire pit as well. It's just also worth noting that like traditions and all like in your induction stuff, they generally happen at East, not West. So if you're living at West, you just need to make sure that you're on the bus in time to get across to East before like traditions and all that. That is pretty much, and in terms of your apartment, it comes with like the basics. So things like pots, pans, bits of cutlery, but I bought my own when I was in Target just because some of it looked a little bit old. So I bought it when I was out there. I also had to buy like coat hangers, a pillow, pillowcase, fitted sheet. They don't have duvets out there. They have something called comforters because obviously it's so hot. So I bought a comforter, just those kind of things. I also brought my own towels with me. So I bought like a little thin microfiber beach towel, but then I also bought a big towel and a little towel for the shower. I had the room in my suitcase to be able to fit those in. So I did, just save me having to buy something when I was out there. Things that I wish I brought but didn't. I wish I brought more going out clothes, like party clothes. Didn't realise that I was going to be able to go out so much. So I ended up having to buy a lot of that whilst I was out there. It is going to be hot. I think I bought like 3 hoodies. Even in the evenings, you don't need those. Maybe one that you wear on the aeroplane and then you've got it as a backup. That'll be completely fine. But other than that, I think I packed pretty well. Like shorts, comfy t-shirts. I bought a lot of like nice dresses to wear in the parks. I ended up wearing like 2 of them. I sent the rest back because as you get more comfortable, you're not going to be wanting to be in a dress. You're just going to throw on shorts and a t-shirt and go. Other things I would bring out before I went: sanitary products, deodorant and sun cream. Those in particular are really expensive whilst you're out there, particularly the deodorant and the sun cream. You know, it's Florida. They know that you're going to need it, so they charge you more for it. Plus Target is expensive anyway, particularly the Target that you guys will be going to because it's in Winter Garden. It's right by Disney. It's tourist central. They know that you guys are going to be wanting to shop there, so everything's really expensive. What else? If there's any birthdays that you know you're gonna need to send a card for whilst you're out there, bring cards with you because even greetings cards are really expensive out there for some reason. So yeah, that's a handy one to know. Also, just remember that tipping culture is really important when you're in America. 18% is generally like good. 15% is like the bare minimum. 20% is if you think it's been absolutely amazing. But yeah, if you don't tip, then you're gonna have a nasty confrontation in the restaurant. So yeah, just tip. It's just the done thing in America. And that is pretty much everything I can answer in one video without boring you guys to tears. I really hope that this video has been useful, and if you've stuck around to the end, good job. That was a lot of information to take in. I do hope that was useful, and like I said, there's still gonna be things that I've missed. So if there's anything you're still unsure on or something that I've maybe not explained very clearly, drop me a message. It's no problem at all. I want to be able to help you guys. So yeah, if I can be of any use, make the most of me. But once again, thank you so much for watching. If you're doing a program next month, then good luck. I'm so excited for you. You have no idea how exciting this opportunity is gonna be and all the amazing things that are in store, Disney related and non-Disney related. Living in America is such a wonderful experience. And yeah, if you're thinking of applying in the future, go for it. What have you got to lose? It's the best thing ever. I loved it and I would do it again in a heartbeat. And you're gonna make friends for life. Like, you really are. My Disney girls, my bestest friends in the whole world. I love them to bits. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with more Disney content soon. Hopefully, whenever I go back. Jasper, please can we go for my birthday?